Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. N-I-C-K, mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air. Cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6. Jonesing for your fix, so that devil politics mix. So when I fudge, you laugh punk. Shut the fudge up and back the fudge up while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. I tore in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back out, tell me what's it for the ducks now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it all every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get saved up on your dime. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabblers blasting out the political shit. The back and forth shit, put you bounce in the dabble pit. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Hands on in, now record now. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you gonna ducks now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 Hey ladies, where you at? Hey fellas, where you at? And the dabblers that don't give a fuck, where you at?
Welcome to Dabbling in Politics. I am OG Mumbling Nick. Back. We haven't done a show in a couple of weeks. Partly personal stuff. Not that anyone cares, but I apologize for not being on screen. Just dealing with some health issues. So they're getting better, but I don't feel like throwing a mask and a hoodie on and all that shit. And thanks to John, I have to. So, my usual co-host, Liquid Cryptid, is not here. He's doing family shit. He's going to try and jump on later if possible. But in his place, we have the great Jake Hudson. How are we doing, Jake?
Hey, what's up? Sorry, right now I'm not on camera because I'm usually not on camera, but right now I'm like.
Yeah, it's all good, buddy. I'm not on right now either.
What is up, guys? How is everyone doing? How is everyone? So we got a lot to talk about in the Dabbleverse today, this including number one, Rob Saul thinks Carl is sexy.
Hey, I think Rob's going live in like 30 minutes or 20 something minutes, Jake.
Yeah, maybe, everybody, but I say this out loud. And by the way, to all the people out there, happy Memorial Day.
Yep, happy Memorial Day. So yeah, we usually, as you know, talk politics. We're not really gonna do that today. We're gonna talk to Jake. Have a little interview with Jake. Get know Jake a little better, or talk about the things Jake wants to talk about. Is the Rob Saul the number one issue for you right now, Jake? In the Dabbleverse?
So here's the thing, Rob Saul. I thought Rob Saul was out of the Dabbleverse.
Nope, he's still here.
Sorry, hold on, fixing some stuff. But Rob Saul has never made everybody. Has said things about Carl. Has said things about Shuli. He used to work with Chris Abels.
Yep.
Do you remember that? They had a great show over there called Levy Land.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the thing. So we have anybody in chat?
Yeah, we got a few people. We got Chris Mack. We got Putin. Hopefully, some more will go in. I'm
Yeah.
like I said, I haven't done a show in weeks, and I just threw this one up like an hour ago.
Yeah.
So hopefully the usuals stop in.
Yeah. Also, we also have other stuff, including, you know, at the last few weeks, Adam Bush made his rounds. He was on BYB. He was on my show. He
Yep.
was on. He was on. What's the other? He was on a lot of other people's podcasts. He was
And
on.
he was on Chad's show, Chad Zumach.
Chad Zumach. He was on Skinny Chad. By the
Yep,
way,
Skinny Chad. I never heard of that guy until he did that show. Did you know about Skinny
yeah,
Chad?
unfortunately, I
You did?
knew I had him on my show back in the day. Let's not remind myself about
Okay.
from that. It's been like
Not a good experience for you, Jake, having Skinny Chad on.
you know.
So let me real quick, just to be candid about my relationship with Rob. I go back and forth. I hate the stuff he does with Carl and Jenny, and I've told him that him and I have actually we've had a little back and forth on that. Where I feel bad for Rob is I always felt bad about I know some people contacted some animal rights groups claiming that he abuses animals when, obviously he doesn't. He actually volunteers to help animals. So I don't like when people do shit like that. But as I agree with you, I don't like him constantly going after Carl's wife and all that stuff. So I agree
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
But I just want to let people know that it's not right, because here's the thing: you have so many people. You know, what is the chances that Carl and Jenny move to Florida?
Like full time, yeah,
Yeah,
possibly someday, yeah.
they both. Carl. I don't think Carl works.
Yeah, he makes his money, doing this, the podcasting and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yep.
Plus he also gets paid doing Drew's show.
Yep. Drew Lane.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, so did I tell you that I months, I think it was like months back, I emailed Nick to have him on my show, and Nick says, "Who the are you?"
Ricada?
Yeah.
No. I don't like that guy, Jake. I got to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't like Aaron either. But the more I see Nick Ricada, I am not a fan of that guy.
Nick
What do you?
Ricada is
Yeah.
Nick Ricotta is is, but I wanted him on the show because April might have was a bird in his ear,
Yeah.
and saying things about me. The problem was, and I'll say this about April, is April always pulled the narrative that she was protective. She was doing all the work for Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron wasn't doing anything for her. I'm glad that they're, because here's the thing. Aaron, everything was the reason why everything was smoothly the first year of Steel Toe, because April showed up, and April was doing all the buying.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot. I didn't watch them back then, so I didn't know all that.
So in one of the episodes, one of the shows, you could actually find. I did put up. I can't put up episode 2 of the show because of copyright claimed. Because he got copyright claimed. We played the Shield music.
Okay. Oh, the wrestlers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's also talk about dude, Derek's changed. BYB has changed.
Quadfather? Yeah.
He a lot of the people now I haven't seen, on his show. I watched one of his shows. The only people that I recognize on that show is Rochi on his couch.
Yep, Rochi's always on. Yep.
Rochi's on his couch, sitting there on the couch. Adam Goldstein,
Okay.
and Buttman.
Oh, yeah, Shmuel.
Shmuel Buttman, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when I
and I want to tell you something. We got a review today. Joey C said Alex Stein's been watching the Adam Bush interview.
nice. Congrats.
Yeah, that's a bit, and I've been sending Joey a link when. By the way, I just want to let you know that that Chad brought the viewers. Chad didn't bring money.
No, that's too bad. Oh yeah, you had Chad on too, right? He did that walking thing. He was like walking around. Yeah, I saw that.
By the way, hold on. I didn't.
There's Jake.
I'm using my hand for a mount. By the way, I'm using a hand for a mount. Oh, we got somebody in the back.
I don't see anybody in the back.
This guy, damn it. No,
what?
Jake Hudson's twin. Can you get rid of this one, please?
Oh, in the chat?
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Dude, it gets like, dude, those bumbling idiots over no filter don't have a life. They're making fake accounts. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And people think that's me when Jake Hudson just sometimes when the fake one comes in.
Yeah, I had people make fake accounts of me, Jake. That's why I have I used to just be Mumbling Nick, but now I got the OG because there were fake ones. Oh, yeah. So, Jake, how long have you you were here when I got into the Dabbleverse? Like, how did you you probably told this story already, but how did you come into all this? Like, how did you find all this stuff?
So here's the thing. Aaron Nimholt.
It was from Steel Toe.
So here's the thing. 2021, I met Aaron when Aaron was still on Twitch. It was 2020. He was on the radio,
Okay.
I had to delete some because on Twitch you're only allowed like 2,000 people following 2,000 people.
Yep.
So and then I went back when I saw him on Bubba show. So I went back and gave it a chance. Made a song for them. This time I wasn't doing the AI songs. I was doing songs where this was before the AI.
Gotcha. Yep.
Sorry, I'm gonna try not to do a bunch of stuff. But and then the Lisa Jordana came along. One day I was looking at my emails and I saw I had an email from Botter. So if you don't know who Botter is,
I don't know.
Botter is the person who swatted Chrissy Mayer, Bob Levy, and the M-Holts.
Oh Jesus!
And used my name. And he thought. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna say this. I already had their address because it wasn't because of the shirts. It was because I got sent a check for $150 in 2021. This was before I had Cash Out, before I had PayPal.
Yep.
Before I had all that. All of it. So and while I was, and then in 2022, they basically, and then in 2023, February 2023, I went on MLC for the first time.
Oh, nice.
And then from MLC, I went over to and did the BS show. And then I got sent a link to go on and then I actually May the 12th. It was on a Friday. I got a call from BF Fran asking me, "Hey, do you want to come on and do replayables with me in Crusables?"
Nice. So it all just kept snowballing for you, huh?
Yeah,
After yeah.
And then because nobody likes onions, boys, I got slaughtered on Christmas Eve.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I rebuild, and it's if you and on so when I got my channel back, when I built this new channel, I think it was May 9th. May was it was May 10th, I think. It was the Thursday before. It was the Thursday before DabbleCon. No, not DabbleCon. The Dabbling in Pottstown incident.
Oh, the Pottstown incident. Yeah.
And I got May. I think it was May 13th, May 10th. May 12th. No, wait, May 13th. So
you're like Rain Man with these dates, Jake. I can't believe even if you're in the ballpark, that's crazy to me that you have any idea. I would have no idea.
Because I have to sometimes.
Okay,
because
that's cool.
because it was the Thursday before I called. I got that call. I did my channel, and I was very excited to go on and do a show with Chris Abels and with Bobby and all that, because then we did the show with Rob Saul kicks Chris off the channel.
Okay.
But you're promoting, Rob, you are doing other promotions for other channels. Like, you're promoting. I know people are going to tell Rob, here's the thing, OG Mumbling Nick.
Yeah.
And Jake are talking about, you need to go watch. It's like
I'm actually fairly friendly with Rob Saul. Like I said, I don't like that aspect. I've told him that the whole Jenny Jingles and all that stuff. Yeah.
By the way, thank God someone's messaging me. Someone hit that try. Oh, hold on.
Jake, you're not giving out Wendy's info, are you?
No.
Okay, someone's just trolling. I'm just asking.
No, I've never. Here's the thing. Number one, I didn't say her address. I just said Waycross. She doesn't even live in Waycross anymore.
It's all right, buddy. Yeah, I see. I never know what to think. I have no. I don't. I don't know the details on any of this stuff, so I have no idea what's. I heard your end of your show today, which I thought was good. When you were talking about like how you were just trying to give Wendy advice to contact Stern's wife, Beth, about animal shelters or animal services, veterinarian stuff, something like that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So here's the thing. I tried to help her by saying, hey. I said, hey, don't. Here's the thing, because I think she's getting snookered out of money.
Yeah.
Because when it won't take $5,000 to get a car fixed. 15 to 2. 1,500 to 2,000 for a vet bill. The only way it will cost $5,000 if it had to be if it died.
Right. Yeah, because you said it's like, without giving anything away, it's an older car from the night.
Yeah,
like it's over 20 years old, right? Something like that. Yeah.
30. That's always from 30.
Over 30.
Years.
Yeah, 30 years old. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it would cost $5,000 if it had the computer in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to take it to someone that knows computers, and it will cost a bunch of money to do that. If it's like an older, like an 70s or 80s car,
yeah,
it wouldn't have the computer in it, so they could work on it without having to need the special equipment and all that.
Right.
And also with the cat, she was petrified. I don't even have her address, cream cheese. I don't even. somebody's going in. Don't believe what people are saying on the internet, because I don't even know. The only thing I know is she lives in Waycross, Georgia, and that's it. Because I sent her when I sent her stuff, I sent her through her Amazon wish list. That's the only thing I know. That's the only thing that comes up is Waycross. That's it. Dude, I'm cream cheese. Cream cheese. You all right? You know what? I'm done. I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy.
I'm not leaving, but I'm really like these. I don't even. So I didn't do anything. Cream cheese. Go to the chat.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like every time that I try to do a show, someone brings up like things that I didn't do, because I never asked for her address. I don't even know where she lives. I know she doesn't live there.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
Listen,
go
I'll leave
ahead.
her alone. I'll leave her alone. Cream cheese. I wish Wendy well in her future endeavors. I wish her well in her future endeavors. And I wish Bobby well in his future endeavors, because I'm tired of them. But tell her to stop. Tell the people that here's the thing. I'm not doing anything, cream cheese. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even. Here's the thing. Those people are coming in as trolls to start drama. It's just trolls.
Yeah. So, like, it's tough because I don't personally, like, I don't know these people. Like, obviously, I like Wendy.
You know,
Go on, Jake.
here's the thing, cream cheese. I just want to say this.
Yep.
And Nick, I've never said any. Don't even know there. Here's the thing. The only thing I knew was the number that I had for Bobby Nick, and I gave it to someone that asked for it.
Yeah, I've heard that story.
I should have never gave it out. I should have I should have said no. But the thing is, at the time we were dealing with Bruce Avalancher was getting hate from there because he was getting called several words. So he was the one that was, and I apologize that I gave it out. I apologize that I gave out someone. I didn't give it out someone's number on air. Gave it was in private, but it was a bad decision. I should have never did that, and I should have never. There's some stuff I should have never done, like give out. I should have never told. I should have like left. I should have never sent that screenshot of Aaron's house to Botter. I should have never did that. I should have never did things. I messed up. Bad.
Steel toe, that Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
Way back in the day.
2022, before the Dabble. For Dabbleverse, before DV.
Yeah, so this, like, obviously, like, I'm just gonna be straight with you, Jake. Obviously, I've heard stuff, but I don't know people personally, so I don't know what to believe. I listen to you. I try and listen to them. You know, like, I don't know Bobby Nick personally. I just see him. You know, I'm not even. I don't even talk to him really. You know,
he's a good guy, Bobby.
Yeah, I knew you guys used to get along. That's what I knew. I knew he used to do your show all the time. So that's all I knew. I knew something must have happened.
Oh, by the way, guess what?
What?
Zumach is doing a show tomorrow at 12 his time.
Is he?
With Mazar. He usually does it at he's usually doing those shows at like 1 my time too.
Yeah.
But because tomorrow's Memorial Day.
Yep,
so I also want to tell people that I had on my show today I had my friend Reverend Dream, who's a veteran, and he said there was nothing happy about Memorial Day.
Yeah, I believe Memorial Day is the one where we celebrate those that died,
people,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, veterans is like for all veterans, and Memorial Day is for those who gave their
Why is
lives.
there a conspiracy against Jake? There's always going to be. Here's the thing. There's always going to be somebody that's going to hate what I said. And here's the thing. I'm comedian adjacent to people. I have to even, when I do shows, I have to let. So I have to say this.
Hmm.
When I go on people's podcasts, I have to let the host know. I have to let the host know that they're gonna have to like do something about trolls. The reason why sometimes I like doing here's the thing. What I'm gonna start doing is streaming on Twitch more.
Okay.
Because on Twitch I don't get the hate. And I don't get hate like I do here on YouTube.
Yeah, I get so. So this is, man, this is
Sorry.
why. No, don't be sorry, Jake. This is why I get torn. Like I said, I don't know any of you, personally. So I try and I listen. There's somebody I don't know, but they've been nice to me with my videos. So I listen to her. I can't even think of their name right now. And this person told me that I think that I don't forget the details. Did you dox Bobby Nick's daughter or something? She's
Oh,
grown. I don't remember. Yeah,
so you're talking about like, oh, you're talking about the one that does OnlyFans.
I have no idea. I
So
honestly
so
have no idea.
here's the thing. So let me, without me saying the person's name,
Yeah, please don't. Yeah.
a so Bobby Nick's former co-host was the one that let us know that Mr. that his daughter that Bobby's daughter did OnlyFans.
Okay.
Owen was the one that brought it up.
Gotcha. Yeah. I literally
Owen
had no details.
Owen was the one who brought it up to me. I and so every so we weren't allowed to talk about it.
Mhm.
When I did shows with Bobby, we couldn't. I can call shows now Jake Filter because Bobby's not part of it.
Yeah.
Bobby says if I call the show Jake, Bobby doesn't like it when that gets brought up. Yeah,
Yeah. I had
and
no idea.
doesn't
I,
like he cringes every time he gets brought up. And because he doesn't want his daughter doesn't even want her
yeah,
name
I
brought up.
understand. Yep.
Owen has told people not to bring it up.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't even know
I
that. I had no idea.
so
Okay.
Glenn, we're just talking about it because Nick didn't even know what we were. So I'm just letting people know. All right, you know what? I wish looking Cryptid here, but you need a co-host here to help.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Jake, we'll wrap it up in a minute. We'll just,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
actually not. It's I'm just trying to like. This is the reason why I don't like doing shows like this.
Yeah. Sorry, Jake, I had no idea this was going to happen.
I
Obviously.
understand. Listen, and here's
Yeah.
the thing, and I do appreciate you having me on. I apologize that this is going to be a short episode of DIP, but
No, it's all right, man. Like I said, I hadn't been feeling well. I'm starting to feel a little better, so I just wanted to, at least do something to get it back going again. So you helped me do that. My co-host couldn't be here. Um, so
yeah.
perfect timing. There's literally fireworks just starting to go off in my neighborhood.
All right.
So it's gonna get loud.
Yeah. Hey. So I do appreciate you letting me come on, and I do appreciate and right now, I have Abel in my DMs in the group chat right now asking me when, but I right now can't make songs right now due to the fact that I don't have that paid Suno.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get that out there.
Yeah, and I do appreciate it. And if anybody that doesn't understand the story, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm just tired of like the criticism. With Bobby, here's the thing: Bobby, Nick, and them have said things in the past that they don't. He was the one. Here's the thing: they're the one. He's the one that says his daughter's name on stream before.
Okay. Yeah,
Hey, you know what, Glenn? Glenn, you're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to Granny and Lemmy and all those people. Listen to the people that cared about it. Here's the thing. If you're, by the way, by the way, a shout out. Can I do a shout out to
Yep.
another podcast because I
Yep.
know it's bad. But shout out to Pretty Antisocial Podcast. Pretty anti.
Yeah, I like
anti,
them. They're good. They're good.
Pretty Antisocial. They are a good podcast. Jackie and Haley are always throwing truth bombs out there. About there's also, here's the thing. Why doesn't people call the old radio station and see if they could get Gary and Randy to talk to them? First you have to speak to Randy, then you speak to Gary.
Yeah, I think Shuli's brought that up. I don't think he thinks like they would do it, but I don't know. Maybe should at least try. You know what I mean? You never know. It'd be interesting. Oh, I think look, hold on. Liquid, you got it just in time. We're about to bounce.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have issues in the chat, Liquid.
All right.
Liquid,
So yeah, I just got back from dinner, so.
And there's fireworks like in the park right near me. They literally just started going off. So I'm like,
oh, good.
Fireworks.
That's always great for a broadcast.
Yeah.
By the way, hey, Liquid.
Yeah, what's
Liquid,
up?
check. By the way, Avalancher is in the group chat right now, yelling at me about. Right now, I don't even have the paid Suno right now. I'm waiting on some money to come in.
Well, tell him that you'll make him a song if he pays for a month of the.
He doesn't. Here's the thing. Right now, he has hospital bills. He got bit by a spider.
Oh, all right.
Ouch.
How much is a 1 month of?
It was just $10. It was just $10 a month.
Oh, tell him to do it for like $10. That's not very much. Where did I put my clothes?
Where put my clothes?
It was so funny that I looked down and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
this is
right."
Yeah, this is going to be my on the road avatar.
You're on the road?
I'm all self-contained right now. I'm just doing it directly off the headset, so I'm not connected to a computer or anything. And I actually like this better. Like you're just floating in a window in front of me while I'm packing up my luggage.
You're on the road?
Yeah, I'm hanging out with family right now, and then I am going to be tomorrow. On the West Coast right now.
Oh, nice.
Drove down here, and then
West Coast of Florida.
West Coast of the United States.
Oh, sorry.
And we're gonna take off and spend a few weeks traveling across the country and back.
You and your wife?
Me and my dad. I'm gonna take my dad. The old lady isn't interested.
You don't have an old lady.
Boys' night. A young lady?
Okay, the young lady isn't. I guess I shouldn't have called her that. I'm going to get an earful if she sees this.
I always joke. So my wife's 4 years older than me instead of 8. So I always joke that I have half a mom wife or whatever the joke
closing
is.
in.
Yeah.
But I just did a bunch of laundry, and I found where did I put it? That's why I'm asking. Where's my laundry at? Oh, I got it. Here it is. It's still in the hamper. I thought those were dirty.
Yeah. Hey, so Rob Saul has been talking about Carl's mom wife again.
Of course he is.
Oh, he just pushed his show back, Jake. It was supposed to start at 9:30. I was going to see if he was live, but he pushed it to 10:30 now.
Yeah, because of us. Because he's watching Dabbling with Politics.
I doubt it.
Of course
I told
he
you,
is.
I have a love-hate relationship with Rob, so we'll.
He's a dirtbag, but
yeah.
I think it's just an act, though. I think he's just putting on an act.
Right.
You love him and he hates you?
No. We like I said, we I get the jokes. I just don't like when people contacted like animal activist rights groups against Rob because he actually volunteers for that. So
by the way, the new liquid cryptid is fidgety.
The what?
Someone in the chat called the new gay liquid cryptid is fidgety.
I'm not
you guys
fidgety.
Hear those fireworks?
I'm packing my bags. I'm standing here folding clothes while I'm doing this. I think I might just do this from now on. Not hook it up to the computer anymore, because this is really nice. I can like walk around and do things. I don't have to.
Oh, dude, did you see that they're going to be
strippers?
They're stretcher match.
Oh, stretcher match. No.
Yeah.
What's this? WWE?
No, AEW.
Oh, no. I don't know anything about AEW.
Hey, can you do me a favor? The next time you do promote, can you put in the group chat so people know that we're live?
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, this was just literally last minute. Because we haven't done anything in a couple of weeks because of me, so I just wanted to like do something.
Well,
just to, start it up again.
And neither of us have had much time to check out, really look into any of the
politics. Yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah, we've both been dealing with personal shit, so I know what's going on in politics this week, but not like in depth to like have hour and a half conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only thing that anyway, the only real thing that's going on is the big beautiful bill.
Big bill, yeah, beautiful.
And I don't know anything about it.
But hey, so I want to say this is like so today's show was a little bit crazy.
Your show?
Yeah, because we had someone come on that was it was a reverend, and didn't notice what Reverend Wild Bill is a priest.
Can you be a reverend and a priest at the same time? Aren't they two different things?
But
yeah, I think priest is Catholic.
Yeah, that
reverend is Protestant.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but getting back to the stuff.
Yeah.
Joe. But by the way, Liquid, did I tell you that Joey said that Joey said that Alex Stein's been watching my interview with Adam Bush?
Oh yeah, I was there when Joey C was on, and he said Alex Stein really liked your. I was that crazy show we were doing earlier this week
with Chad.
And he said that he put in a chat that said Alex Stein watched your interview with Adam Bush and really liked it.
Glenn says I'm lying. Joey did not say that. That's a lie.
Whatever. Joey C did say that.
Joey Diaz, really? You call Joey? You call Joey C Joey Diaz?
Adam Bush.
Joey Diaz? No, I don't even know who that is.
Oh God.
Joey's the man. Adam Bush brought up like one of my chats in that new WATP, and I'm like, where is he going with this? I was trying to remember what the fuck I typed. I still didn't get what he was saying. Like, if you guys
by the way, today I did this morning I went and downloaded about a bunch of audios from my interview with Adam and put them on Spreaker for people to see. It goes to iHeart, it goes to Apple, it goes to a lot of places.
No, cool.
And also, one of the things that I want to tell people is just when you go on a podcast, just say what you want to say, do what you want to do, and not have a filter, because I have no filter. And there's one person there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, Jake's trying to do this, Jake's trying to do that." But the problem is, it's like so many people. If you say this is easy to do, Glenn.
It is not.
He said Alex said I sucked. It sucked.
I have no idea what Alex.
Glenn, hey, Glenn. Let me tell this person. You're just a nameless character. You're just a nameless character in a chat room.
Just ignore him.
Yeah. Jeez, I'm trying to figure out what's fireworks and what's gunshots in my fucking neighborhood right now.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
When you live in that kind of neighborhood.
Little mixed bag.
Living in a gunshots or fireworks neighborhood.
Nick, short chat, Nick. If you want to get rid of Glenn.
Yeah, I usually just ignore. I got rid of that one guy, Jake. If it gets, I usually just get rid of people if they start doxing and shit like that because I don't.
Yeah,
play that
I'm not like trying to. I'm sitting over here like trying to fight with someone that is a name. But the thing is, it's like you can't like you can't treat people like that, Glenn, unless you know I'm a guest on this show, so I'm trying not to like disrespect and not like try to be normal. I try to be normal, but the thing is, it's like every time I try to be on someone's show, it's usually someone wants to mess with me because.
Yeah, Nick and I both kind of have the same policy of we don't really block or ban people unless they're doxing or spamming or something like that, or really being a nuisance. But say whatever you want.
There was somebody at the beginning. I did get rid of him for Jake, but I just didn't want to go crazy.
Because it's Jake, because it was my twin.
But someone pretending to be Jake or whatever it was, something like that. I forget, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just I just try to like I don't want to disrespect your show. This is your guys' show. I'm just here as a guest host because Liquid had family emergency.
Well, no, for emergency.
It wasn't really an emergency. As I said, I'm on the road, and we decided to go out to dinner tonight rather than.
And I actually invited you anyway, Jake. It was going to be the three of us at first. And it was just a last minute family thing or whatever.
Yeah. And obviously, I thought it would last a little longer because I was only like 30 minutes, 30 minutes late. So maybe only minutes late to the show.
Yeah.
Well, we would have been actually we started roughly on time. Would have been early, but everything Jake just told you, he told me backstage.
No.
He was just updating the clips he made and all that good shit, the Rob stuff.
Yeah, also
must be the finale. Jesus Christ.
But also we gotta talk about what is the over and under of Stutter and John coming back
tomorrow, the big day. So what? Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna come back tomorrow. Does he have some kind of fucking announcement? Like the two big rumors are that, like, he's thinks he knows who Cardiff is, and the other one is he's serving some bullshit lawsuit to like Carl and Shuley over the.
You know what? I was thinking about doing it when I get $50. I'm gonna Venmo Stutter and John $50 and says,
"Don't do that, Jake."
And I'm all right. Here's the money that I owe you. Now, please leave me alone.
You don't owe John any money, dude. Like, obviously, do whatever you want with your money, but I want
to give him that. It says, I'm gonna say now, keep my name out of your mouth, SJ, and leave me alone.
He doesn't really talk about you that much anyway.
No, but
really at all.
Everybody else,
don't give him money. Don't give John money.
No.
But here's the thing. He says, "Oh, Jake attacked. I gave Jake $50, and Jake attacked me." It's like, now you attacked me because you send your minions over to attack me for no reason. You send Mother and Jay to attack me.
Fuck them, dude. Don't.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be the saint here, but I think I kind of proved that you don't even have to do anything to John. He'll create something, so fuck him.
Oh yeah, John. I mean, if you even like just talk to somebody that he doesn't like, all of a sudden you're trashing him and he hates you and blocking you.
Hey, by the way, I sent $2 on my birthday. I sent a $2 super chat saying, tell him today was my birthday, and he's saying me happy birthday. He said, he's saying me happy birthday.
Nice. All right, Jake, since it's dabbling politics, I got to ask you at least one political question.
Yeah, let's talk about some politics.
Yeah. Have you ever? Just real quick.
I don't think Doge is a good thing.
Oh, good. So that's even a good question. Actually, this is kind of well, I don't think it's private, but some people do, so it's up to you. But have you ever voted? Do you vote?
I've never voted in an election.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you this. Because I think when you vote, when you register to vote, you're registering to go on a jury duty.
Yeah.
You don't want to go on jury duty, so.
Well, here's something weird. They got me when I was 18 years old, like right away, and I don't know if it's still the law, but you got to put it off for 1 year. So then they got me when I was 19, and I've never gone again. I think because when when I was in my early 20s, I moved to Rhode Island and then back, and I think it fucked everything up on them. So just briefly leaving Massachusetts for a little bit, I think helped me out. Thankfully,
you're not in Massachusetts. You're in Washington.
That's right. Yeah, I'm in Seattle. Like you forget.
He's in Seattle.
I mean,
I always go now. I used to not, but now I get my full wage when I do jury duty.
Yeah, but for me, it's not about I just think that the only reason why they I think that it's just a way. Then you have lawyers, what they'll do, and I've seen this in jury trials. I think that they have hung juries because of the defendant, the person that's on trial goes in and gets in the head of the juries.
Well, yeah, that's the point. As the defense wants to get the jury to go one way, and the prosecution wants it to go the other way.
Yeah.
So you got both sides, trying to get you to vote their way.
Yes, sir.
I think I brought up my case once. It was like I got called up on one, and it was a cocaine thing, so they booted me because I was like 19. So I guess they thought I would sympathize with the coke dealers. But then I got on this accident one where someone in a car hit someone in a fucking bicycle, and this thing had been going on for like 10 years on appeal. This is like the final thing or whatever, and you could like put partial blame on somebody, full blame. Like I think we gave 65% blame to one person, 35 to another. But when the accident happened, these people were like 30 and 19, and now they're like fucking 42 and 31. It was ridiculous. It was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, just can you vote to just forget about this whole thing?
Like, right. And me being 19, I couldn't give a shit,
It's like, yeah.
But also, so one of the things that I think that what we need to do is we need to, because they're taking special education out of schools.
No, they're not.
They're trying.
Huh?
Liquid. They're trying.
Yeah? No, they're not. That's probably what you're talking about, is getting rid of the Federal Department of Education. The Federal Department of Education, while it does fund and give money for those programs, programs are not dependent upon that. Basically, the Federal Department of Education, all it does is it just gives the states, which the states run the schools, not the federal government, but they coerce the states' schools to do what they're bidding by giving them federal money.
So Liquid and I, we disagree on this a little bit. I know what he's saying. Like, yeah, Trump is doing certain things to take away the federal funding. So I agree with you, Jake, but I also have to play devil's advocate. I think sometimes schools, I think this is more anecdotal, but one of my kids, they just canceled the field trip at the end of the year because of but like this thing I think was already supposedly paid for, so it shouldn't have fucking mattered. You know what I mean? I think they're like using it as an excuse now.
Oh yeah.
So like I agree more with you, Jake, but I also think it's going to cause some schools to like use the federal thing as an excuse.
Yeah, I also want to say this from like a point of view where I was in special education. I was in special ed, and I rode the little buses.
Yeah.
So what makes me think that they're trying to do some of the things is is because money, they're going to cut programs left and right. There's there's organizations that are going to lose funding because their funding is what they'll do is they get funding from the school, they get funding from the government, and it's like you got to realize that there's programs that are very dependent on funding from the school. And I'm sorry that I'm talking too much.
No, but that's what you're here for, Jake. And being in your state,
this is a political issue,
right? I think it actually affects your state more than a lot of states.
Yeah, because we're I see people having having to work 2 to 3 jobs. I've seen teachers working at McDonald's. I see teachers working at other places after they get done with school. After getting done with the day of school, they have to go work at Walmart. Have to work at someplace they have to have 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And
yeah, I work 2 jobs, Jake. And I know part of it is I live in one of the more expensive states. So I think if I lived
in Washington,
Washington's very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, but
actually, that's part of my trip. Is it's actually part of having go see America, but the other part is I want to move somewhere else, and that's sort of like where it came down to. Like I was saying, hey, I want to move somewhere else and just work remotely. And I was talking to my dad, and he's just Glenn, like, "Why don't you just go across the United States and go find where you want to go?" And I said, "Hey, you want to go with?" He's like, "Yeah."
Is it this Trump question, Jake?
No, the Jake doesn't work question.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay.
No,
but anyway, the federal department. Sorry. Anyway, if I did a research paper in college about school funding because I was like actually interested in how it all worked. And all the schools have more than enough money. All the schools in every state have more than enough money to even double the teachers' pay right now. But they don't. It all goes to the administration. The schools aren't underfunded. They're just poorly allocated. And they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
And they do that on purpose so that they can beg for more money. If they give the teachers enough money, then they won't have a bunch of teachers out there saying, "Oh, we need to give more money to the schools because the teachers don't have any money and they got to do this and they got to do that." But if they pay the teachers, they can't beg for more money. And like that's legitimately the exact reason why teachers don't get paid enough.
So also in my local school, one of the local schools actually, I think they spent like millions of dollars building out their game center.
Yeah, the administration. You'll find you'll find the administration centers and buildings of every state for the school districts are very huge, lavish, and luxurious.
Actually,
and the schools are falling the fuck apart.
By the way, my school district, they share a building with the courthouse.
Oh wow!
Okay.
In our local, it's actually they share a building. They share like a building with the courthouse. The reason I know that's because we have to deal with them a lot of times. But so I want to ask this question: is what do you think about we see people make these media? These sheriffs are making money on media. What do you think about do you want the sheriffs getting paid for telling them about their day? Because I see sheriffs going on on YouTube channels talking about the sheriffs, like the sheriff of a sheriff in Arizona. I see people in New York.
I think I know that. What the fuck is that Arizona guy's name? That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Peter.
I know
Peter. The YouTuber Peter. I can't say his last name.
I don't think the guy that you're talking about is even a sheriff anymore. There, I think.
You're right. That guy that was legendarily strict.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the YouTube channel. The guy does a lot of videos. He goes to the police department. He goes to sheriffs. He goes and speaks to Amish on camera and gets video of it.
Okay.
Also,
hey, I'm fine. I'm fine with all the transparency we can get out of any police department. Joe Arpaio.
That's exactly who I was thinking of.
Joe Arpaio. Joe Arpaio. Yeah. By the way, I'm actually, if you ever, I have family in Washington County, Alabama, and I know the sheriff there pretty personal. Actually, if you want to hear something really funny.
Sure.
When my mom died in 2009, the sheriff.
Jesus, Jake, that's not how you started. You want to hear something funny? Go on.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
When my mom died, the sheriff of Washington County was my mom's police escort to Washington County.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
And I didn't say.
Other than your mom dying,
right? Yeah,
little less cool.
So before. Before people say, "Oh, you doxed the sheriff," I didn't say person's name.
Yeah, no. As long as you don't say names and stuff like that, Jake, and addresses, we're good. Yep. That's all there is to it.
Don't pay attention to Glenn.
Actually, I got a question for maybe all three of us. So Dan Bongino. Do we all know? We all know him, right? I think. Do you know him, Jake?
No.
YouTuber.
Yeah, I know you do, Liquid.
He's a podcaster.
Do I?
He was
Are you being
he was on
serious?
CNN. He was on CNN. He's now runs the FBI.
Oh, yeah, well, he wasn't. He did some right wing podcasts, and now he's assistant director to the FBI.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, all right. So when he was a podcaster, and I agreed with, even though I don't agree with 99% of what the guy says, he was like, Epstein obviously did not kill himself, and I don't believe Epstein killed himself. I don't think most of us do. But now that he's assistant FBI director, he's like, I've seen the evidence. Yeah, he killed himself. What do you think? What do you think that is? Like,
he has to say it because he doesn't want to ruffle feathers with the FBI.
Like, this is how I want to say. This is how tight the elites are. It doesn't matter if you're left wing, right wing. Once they cover for each other, they're all in it together. Like, there was a guy. No, obviously, he was a podcast, so he's trying to be, outrageous. But I don't think it's too outrageous to say it's a little fishy how Epstein died. So,
a little fishy,
right?
Like, if it was anybody else, it would have been investigated as a as a murder.
So wait a minute. Is Epstein the one that had the movie studio, like W Studios?
He had the island.
Wait a minute. Damn it! I'm thinking about
Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein. Yeah. They're easy to get confused. I mean,
different surely. Yeah.
Their tastes are similar.
But by the way, who is Alan Dershowitz?
He's a lawyer.
Have you seen the Saturday Night Live skit where they had
no.
They did, and then they had the Village People. It was the fake Village. It was Kenan Thompson doing the Village People, and they said, "We're gonna shave Ivanka bald. We're gonna shave Ivanka's head."
Nope, never saw that.
We could have just stopped it. Have you seen Saturday Night Live? And the answer is no.
I do watch the cold opens. I like the cold opens, and I like the news segment, and that's about it. The rest of the skits are usually fucking terrible, but yeah.
We're gonna shave Ivanka's head.
What do you think of Ivanka, Jake?
I think that I didn't like what Andy Dick, what he did to Ivanka on Jimmy Kimmel.
I don't think I know about that.
He kept touching Ivanka.
Wait, was that Ivanka?
Yeah.
I remember him getting carried off a talk show because he was trying to touch somebody. I don't remember who it was.
That was Ivanka. That was a young Ivanka Trump. She was.
I didn't even know that.
She was in her teens.
Jesus, that's Andy Dick for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say this does not surprise me even a little bit.
Anywhere from young girls to old men, Andy Dick. Fucking
he's interested,
podcasters like Lisa Giordano.
He's an omnisexual.
But he got arrested for groping a transsexual.
I'm not surprised.
He's been arrested for groping everything.
Yeah, like you and hair. Sorry, I had to make a hair joke. Sorry.
Jake, I found it. It was Ivanka. You were right. Yeah. Kept touching her legs. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. It was 2007. I think she was of age, but yeah, she was still young.
By the way, did you know that people were saying that Andy Dick is the reason why Hartman is not here anymore?
They say that because basically what they say is that he enabled Hartman's drug issues that he that's really
Duggan's wife
or his wife or something like that, whatever. But yeah, they kind of blame Andy Dick for that. But you know what? Nobody held a gun to his head and told him to put the gun.
So I also want to say that what's the guy's name? The guy that worked on John Lovett said that. John Lovett, but
he said it stinks.
No, John Lovett said accused Andy of what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Andy. I am no Andy Dick fan, but I mean,
Joe Rogan worked on the same show.
Yeah, that's where I first saw Joe Rogan.
Was it Night Court?
No, News Radio.
News Radio.
Oh, News Radio. That's right. Yeah, News Radio. Whatever.
They're the Night Court. By the way, so did you guys?
I like Night Court and News Radio.
I had a crush on Marky Post when I was like a young boy, the blonde lawyer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you guys think about NBC bringing back Night Court?
I didn't even know. Is anyone even alive anymore? I know Harry's
the only part I think
John Larroquette, is he alive?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know Harry's dead.
Yeah, I remember watching a whole marathon when they first started putting it.
Okay.
It was Chris Max also. When he's in Eccles chat, he just has no matter what we're talking about, he's got knowledge on it. It fucking impresses me, man.
I was gonna say I guess I didn't remember that right. I remember drugs were involved.
Yeah,
but I thought he OD'd. But yeah, no, she killed him, right?
Yeah, she shot him, or whatever. Then she killed herself or whatever.
John Lovett smacked the shit out of it because he blamed Andy Dick getting Bill Hartman's wife all messed up on coke.
It is fucked up getting your friend, coworker's wife fucked up on drugs. But on the other hand, it's Hollywood. She's not gonna have any trouble getting coke. So
here's the thing. So what I love about Triple H, Lex Luger got in the Hall of Fame this year after everybody was like, "Oh, Lex is not going in the Hall of Fame because he was the reason why Miss Elizabeth died." Miss Macho Man's wife.
Yeah. I used to have a crush on her too, Jake. When I was I'm way older than you, Jake.
I'm sorry if I'm bringing up topics that are not political, but
it's all good, buddy.
We're talking about
I told you we very minimum politics tonight. We just wanted to do something.
Yeah, so we've been busy. Next week I probably won't be too up on the politics either because I'll be somewhere in the United States.
We're slowly working our way back. Slowly.
Yeah, but I do want to say that I do appreciate everybody that I do appreciate that Mumbling Nick asked me to come back on after the shit show we had last time.
That was a great show, Jake. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
an hour. Yeah, that was a fun show.
But I had to leave after an hour because my head started hurting.
Yeah, that's fine. We usually only go like an hour to an hour and a half. That we were just a little extra long that show, Yeah,
because and the thing is, it's like I do appreciate everybody that comes to the shows and supports it. But I think that here's the thing. I think if Howard, here's the thing, his show is boring now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
With like the people that he has now, here's the thing, when he had Jackie the Joke Man, Stutter and John, when he had the great writing staff of Jackie and Fred, because John wasn't a writer on that fucking show.
No, he was not.
He says he was. He said.
Yeah. Do you know how many openers he wrote for the Tonight Show, and he directed Tarantino, and he wrote for Stern?
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Also, I want to say this. I think that people do forget that Stutter and John has. Here's the thing. Like I said in one of my songs, you're a fraud, Mr. Melendez. You're a fraud.
Oh yeah, everybody knows it.
And you want to give him $50, Jake? Come on, don't give that motherfucker any money.
Yeah, don't give him any money.
Here's the thing. I wanted to give him money so he could stop like saying that Jake, what he does, he says I can't do against Stutter and John, but Jake, I gave Jake $50 and he attacked me for no fucking reason. That shit where
I've honestly literally never heard him say that. I mean, maybe he did, and I was just like, okay, whatever.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I had OJ on the show, Noxious John. The Orange.
Yeah. I was on with you guys, Jake, recently. Remember me, you, and OJ?
Yeah, and that guy.
No, it was us. It was just us three. Then Ava came on, and then he left. Then I think he left or whatever.
I got mad at him.
Yeah, you got mad at him. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I was just trying to be nice.
But here's the thing. And by the way, Dr. Steve's on vacation this week.
Nice.
I tried to get him on the show. He's part of the Patreon, but I want to say thank you so much, because I think that you guys are gonna wrap up soon, because Liquid Cryptid is going on vacay, popping bottles in the club.
Oh man, he's gonna take his dad to the club. That'll be a blast.
More to the auto club, because his car runs out of gas.
Nah, we'll be fine. I have a good car. Pretty new.
Let me guess, it's a Fiat.
No, it's actually a Kia Soul.
Kia Soul, really?
I thought he would have had a Tesla, Jake. Wouldn't you think he's got a Tesla supporting his boy, fucking Elon?
I would like a Tesla, but honestly,
a little too pricey,
too expensive.
Yeah, way
I
too.
thought he would have a Buick. I thought he would have a Buick.
No, it's one of those things where it's like, I can't afford it, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? It would be like it would be to be that I want to pay for a vehicle.
So my wife is like 5'1", like 95, 100 pounds, and when I first met her, she was driving a 1987 Lincoln Town Car. It was like a fucking boat.
Oh man!
Yeah, she's this tiny thing in this fucking boat. It was hilarious.
My grandpa used to always get town cars. Those things are fucking gigantic,
huge, dude, so huge. Oh my
God.
God.
So we want to say thank you to the people that we want to say thank you to.
Hey. Don't steal my bit. If you want to go, just let me know, Jake. We're gonna wrap it up anyway.
Yeah.
Jake's shutting down my own show on me.
Weren't you guys ready to wrap just as I was coming in?
Yeah, we went like another 40 minutes, I think, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, because but the thing is, it's like, this is the problem, is when it's like two people, there's not a lot to talk about.
I don't know. Nick and I can go for a pretty good long time.
Yeah, it all depends on
the subject matter too.
Well, the problem was, Jake, you wasted 15 minutes of material in the pre-show.
Yeah, but also let's talk. We got a little bit of dabbling we could talk about.
What do you got, Jake? What do you got?
Granny's doing his own show.
Is he? Last I knew, he was with the great Bob Levy. Are they still doing the show together?
I don't know. He put out a show saying Granny's doing a live show tonight.
Wow.
No, okay.
Well, we got Rob Saul coming on in 20 minutes.
Oh God! So let's stay on for 20 more minutes.
Oh, you want to stream snipe Rob Saul?
No. Hey, well, let's stream snipe Liquid Cryptid getting ready for his vacation.
As probably the only one here who's ever watched Rob live, like, you can't go by his start times. He's already pushed it back an hour. This thing might start at like 3 a.m. at this fucking point.
Ray DeVito, watch Ray DeVito every fucking time he says he's going to do one thing. Sometimes he doesn't. It takes him a few minutes.
Ray DeVito, Jake?
Yeah.
You like Ray? What do you think of Ray?
I think Ray's the reason why I met Ari. Reason why I met Ari James. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Hey, OG, thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks for coming on, Jake.
Hey, by the way, OG, if we want to take care of that bill, be okay.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
All right, love you, brother. Bye bye.
Right. Take it easy, Jake.
Bye, old man. Liquid Cryptid.
Goodbye. Hey, I'm not old. I just got a little gray.
Yeah, just this thing, Jake. Oh boy. All right, man. Oh, it was.
And actually, I think that's more of the lighting that they have. It's supposed to be black.
Okay.
For some reason, they put this lighting on there. Like,
dude,
I can't figure out how to set that up.
So I went like my whole life without a beard, and I've had one like the last 3 years now, or 2.5, 3 years, and it's brown except for the chin, which I noticed the other day. I thought was gray. It's white. It's like not. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, it's like 95. Like, most of my beard is brown besides some of the chin, but the part that's not, it's like I said, holy shit, it's like white. It's not even fucking. It just skipped right over gray. I think. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got some gray in my beard, my real beard, but it's got a cool pattern where it, like, comes down off my mustache and like.
Oh no, yeah, mine's
and like stripes down like like on both sides of my chin.
Yeah, that's also what I was got. I got the two stripe, like the middle of the chin is is normal color, but the two stripes on either side is it's fucking white. Jesus Christ.
I like it. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, that's why my only reason I grew it is like I just got lazy and I had like a bunch more stubble than usual. And my wife's like, "Holy shit, you're going gray!" And she's like, "That looks good. Grow it out." So I did. And now I notice, no, that's not gray. That's fucking like Santa Claus fucking white over here. Jesus Christ.
Oh. Yes, Glenn, I'm gay. There you go. Very gay. Man,
it was
absolutely homosexual. Love the dick.
It was funny. So Jake, love Jake, but it's like, you know me and you, man. It's like I send you the fucking link sometimes after we're supposed to start, and it's like 25, 30 minutes to showtime, and Jake's like, "I'm ready." I'm like, "Oh fuck." So I actually sent it to him like 15 minutes early, and he just goes on talking, and I'm like, all the shit he wants to talk about. I'm like, "Oh, dude, we could talk about all this on air, dude. You don't waste it. Like all the shit you wanted to say." And then, we got going for a little bit, but then he just gets, unfortunately, the chat distracts him a little bit. I think when I just told him to ignore, but
yeah. Whenever I go on his show, it's the same thing. I always got to tell him, just ignore him.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh," and I know what he meant. He's like, "I wish, too bad Liquid Cryptid isn't here." And I was gonna be like, I think he's even more of a stickler with the chat than I am, Jake. Like I took one guy out for you. I don't even know if that would have happened.
No, it would not. Right. For me, with me, no. Right. I'm just as fine with people interacting with negativity and positivity because it's still interacting and it still helps.
Right. Like I said, it's just none of the doxing. I don't want anyone talking about anyone's family that's not involved ever, shit like that. But other than that,
doxing and spamming are pretty much
right.
Pretty much my
call me a loser.
You do that, you're out.
Yeah. And other than that, it is, I only did the first one. He's the person I think was pretending to be, it was something like Jake Hudson in the name, and he got kind of freaked out. So I just more freaked out than he did with this Glenn stuff, obviously. So I was like, all right. Don't worry. But other than that, yeah. All right, my man. I think I'll end it so you can do what you got to do.
Well, I'm all packed up. Yeah, all I got left to do, I need to put the headset away.
Nice.
Get my notebook back, put it. Well, I'll keep that out because we're leaving in the morning. But get that ready to be just shoved in the bag, and then just need to load up the car. I think I'll do that tonight. Start loading up the car.
Sweet.
And I'll be checking in. That's what I said. That's why I got this set up.
Yep.
So I could do this, and as I said, I actually like this a lot better because I'm not tethered to the computer. I still have most of the screens that I can look at. Like I can add any amount of like browsers and stuff that I want to look at and different things. Nice. I don't have, several different programs going on. And I actually have this in pass through. So I'm actually looking at you from a window that's floating in front of my face that I can still see all around me.
That's crazy.
And it's the camera angle is actually wherever I put the window.
It's funny. Right before I went, I hadn't been, without getting detail, I hadn't been feeling that great. And I finally did a show at Eckle yesterday and did the whole 2 hours. I was like, all right, I can do this. And I haven't had much of an appetite over like the few weeks, but right before I came on, I ate the most I've eaten in weeks. And of course my stomach, it feels okay now, think of it. It fucking hurt. I think because my stomach, shrunk over the 3 weeks or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just fucking, I ate what I normally would, actually probably even more than I would have ate. And I'm like, oh my God. I just told Jake I go live and I feel like someone's stabbing me in the fucking stomach right now. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Guts are doing backflips.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't good, but it's okay now. But I was like, fucking Christ. Finally feeling a little better in other areas, and I fucking idiot stretched my fucking stomach out or whatever the hell I did. So before I go, Glenn, I just want to say this. Unfortunately, you're not the first person to tell me this. I don't know. That's the problem. I'll listen to people. I just don't personally know any of you guys, so I don't know who to believe, Jake or you guys. I don't know what to believe.
And also, Jake, he's autistic and stuff.
That's the other part. I was
doesn't take a lot of social cues, so he probably just had some information that somebody shot him, and he decided to go ahead and just say it without really thinking about it. So it's like it's hard to blame Jake for things like that. It's just don't give him the information and he won't get it out. That's how you got to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say the other part is I don't know. It's tough because I don't know. I don't know what part Jake, what blame, if he did do it, what part of blame he should take and what part he shouldn't take because of what he's dealing with, Yeah, I'm not Mother Teresa. Number one, Mother Teresa was a fucking terrible person.
Oh yeah, she was awful.
If you want to ever look into it, she was fucking awful.
Yeah, she was absolutely garbage.
But yeah, I know. Okay, if you know, then like sure, it's not tough. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't like. What got me is there is someone, I don't know this person personally, but they've been very good at supporting my stuff, and they know about what John did to me. So I tend to believe that person, which is what makes it tough. But then again, that's where it takes me to the fact I don't know what Jake said, and I don't know what blame he gets for it. If it's just autistic, he's saying things. I don't think Jake thinks a lot before he talks.
It's exactly what.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. It's exactly what Chris said. Chris Mack.
This right here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know he famously, people joke, friends of Jake will joke that like, yeah, Jake will block you at some point or something like that. So I know he's very impulsive. Someone said something about something with Wendy today, so that's what kind of bothered me, if it's true. But Jake said he doesn't know where she lives, so hopefully not.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, Chris has nailed it right on the head. It's that's exactly how I'm with Jake. You have to work around his autism, his disability. He's got a mental problem. And especially with people his levels of autism, they just don't understand sort of social norms and cues and ideas, and they don't have a filter or anything, and they'll just go with it, with whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know how to say this, but I think Jake is very consumed by this podcast world, so I think he even thinks like having no filter is like a noble thing. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Yeah, all autistic people sort of have their thing. Like I knew one guy like in high school. I worked with special ed in high school, and his thing was parrots. And man, if you had a question about a parrot, that's the guy you go to. He knew everything about parrots. Could not tie his shoes. Didn't know how to do that. Didn't know how to pretty much do anything. But if you had a question about parrots, he was the guy. He was basically a parrot expert.
Gotcha.
And, so I think Jake's is podcasting and stuff and online live shows and things. That's where his interests lie.
Very much. So Glenn, my DMs are open, man. You ever want to send me info? I will listen, because I come from I'll be a little too honest here. Most people that watch know, but I was a former addict. I know a guy, more than one person, but I know one in particular I could think of. He used his addiction as an excuse to be a terrible person. And really, he was just a shithead. So I get that too, because addicts, the addiction will make you do awful things. But this guy, I 100% believe would do awful things whether he was an addict or not, and he was just using it as an excuse. So,
whereas I don't really get that with Jake. I think Jake's just easily influenced by people.
It's tough. I don't, like I said, I will listen if he's doing things that are beyond what I think the autism is. Then that'll be another story for me. I will definitely listen to anything you got to say. Just send it to me. I just know Jake is very paranoid about getting set up on live streams, and I don't do that. So I don't want to look like I bring him on just to badger him. So, but yeah, I'll listen to anything. And if it's something I think is too far, then, then I'll go from there. But yeah, absolutely. Send me whatever.
But that's also the sort of thing where it's like, you just say, hey, Jake, you went a little far on that. I wouldn't be like, holy shit, this guy's an asshole. I'd be like, hey, Jake, I'd go to him first,
Yeah, it just depends. Like if he's actually giving out people's addresses, I think he knows better than that. But hopefully he's not. Like you said, there's something going on with Wendy, and he said he doesn't know where. I don't know. Maybe he gave out the state or the town or something. I think he gave out the town she lived in, maybe. So she's scared. I don't know.
And I think a lot of it is just people like Glenn who are haters of Jake, and how the haters go in this world, where they'll just latch onto any little tiny thing, even regardless of how true it may be, or somebody misspeaks at some point, and now all of a sudden they're they're that guy like for the rest of the time with all the haters, and like that's the one thing they get to latch onto. They get a thing to latch onto, and they just latch onto it even though it's nothing.
Well, that's what's funny too.
Like the Shuley News stuff. Yeah.
Right. And to be devil's advocate, Jake being so involved in the podcast world, not saying he likes it, but it's that, oh, my haters, you know what I mean? Every podcaster has haters, so now he's got his haters. Like the whole thing he was saying with Stutter and John, I gave Jake $50 and blah blah blah. Or I don't know about that either. I bet John said it once and that's it. You know what I mean? And
like I don't ever remember. Jake, especially Jake's latching onto that sort of thing. Where there's like, I don't ever remember John saying anything about Jake.
Yeah, right. So but I get why Jake will remember, because I remember the shit John said about me when most people probably don't fucking remember either. So I get it, but it's not really something I take at this point anymore. Just let it go. Like John moves from person to person, subject to subject. Jake's not even nowhere near his list at this point.
Anyway, I was expecting to hit leave studio when Jake left, but we just kept going. Anyway, as I said, we could just go. Anyway, I'll let you go.
Sounds good, man.
We'll call this a show.
Yeah,
more of a hang than a show.
In the books, a hang. We'll get back to the real shows hopefully we'll ease back in.
Yeah, hopefully next week. I mean, as I said, I'll be on the road, so I'll be from a hotel. So internet and actual time to look at stuff.
Glenn, I'll leave with this. That's actually kind of funny. I'll give you that.
Or maybe we'll or maybe we'll we got a I'd like to go over some Tom Myers stuff too, because you saw that video I sent you.
Yeah. I brought that up to Jake. So I was originally going to do that, but I wanted to wait for you to do it. Apparently, Jake had, I can't forget that Jake had, he either told me he had Tom on his show, he was on. Anyway, Jake's a Tom Myers fan, so that would have been interesting.
Oh, yeah, that would have been really, because I mean, you listened to that show.
Dude, I didn't even, I'll be honest, I listened to half of it. I mean, the opening jokes, I was like, what? Or whatever the jokes, quote unquote, whatever the fuck
jokes.
Those were. Yeah. I realized I literally did that, but I'm like, I'm not on camera, so no one saw it. But I did the air quotes. I was like, fucking, it was so bad. Whatever the fuck that was. Like, and then these idiots just laugh it. I was like, literally Stuttering John jokes are better than that. 100 times better. They're like those weren't jokes.
At least there's something to goof on.
Right. Jesus Christ.
These are just, you just go, I don't, it's like, his jokes are like, I know where you're going with it. I know what you're trying to do.
I still remember one that was so
failing miserably.
Yeah, it was like a week ago I listened, and I still remember I don't remember the whole joke, but Justin Tucker, the kicker, being released, and something about he can sing opera because of the orgasms he had from the massages. Like, I'm like, none of that makes any. I think you're basically saying that football players get massages and they orgasm, which sounds like an opera singer. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. It was fucking so bad.
And then I want to keep reiterating that is edited. It is recorded, and he edits that. Puts it together. and did you notice how nobody was ever on topic? He'd bring up a topic and say something, and then the other chicks would just, for us, we derail, but you can still backtrack, and there's a path where we went to get to where we're going. They're just like jumping. They're just like, okay, now we're over here. Well, that's not what we were talking about. Okay, but we're still over here.
It's bad. I did see he does have a live stream coming up, or something coming up soon, so who knows, we might even have more material before next week, some more Tom Myers.
The last couple of weeks he's been doing best ofs. Gotcha. Which is just stuff that was cut, some of the stuffs he liked from previous shows and stuff. So he hasn't really put together an actual show. I'm looking. Yeah, he hasn't put together an actual show in a couple of weeks, but that was the one I sent you was the last actual full show that he had put together.
Yeah. I was reading the comments, and people like something like, your live shows are better, or I don't know, and they were shitting on his views or something. He's like, nah, I like doing this better, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, his live shows are basically him sitting in front of a camera saying, "Hey, I need the watch time." for hours, and just talking with the chat, and he'll sit there and say, "Hey, I'll do a better show if you start watching. If I can get monetized, I'll do a better show." And it's just like, he's one of those guys. He's one of the if you get me monetized, I'll put effort into a show. And it's like, no, dude, you put effort into a show, and that's what gets you monetized.
That, without being mean, that reminds me a little of Mr. Rob Saul. I remember.
Yeah, he did the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
the exact thing. When he started going on John, all of a sudden he just started going live every night just to try and get the hours up because he had enough subs or whatever. And it was just, and he still does the same kind of show. He just talks to the chat dictates the show. Whatever the chat says is what the show is about. So yeah.
I just like to answer Glenn. It's Fansly, not OnlyFans. Thank you very much.
Grinder, whatever. Yeah. All right, we'll end this fucking thing. Glenn, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks.
And, cream cheese and we got Glenn cream cheese. We got Chris from my hometown of Seattle.
Don't do a roll call.
You don't want roll call?
Don't roll
Vladimir
call.
Putin? All right. I'll just end it. We're out of here. Bye.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys.
Stuff, mumbling, pineapple stuff, dabbling, controversial stuff. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here, and I see K mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air, cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6, Jonesing for your fix, so that dabbling politics mix. So where the fudge you at, punk? Shut the fudge up and back the fudge up, while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna duck now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it all every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get fame up on your dime. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabble is blasting out the political shit, the back and forth shit, put bounce in the dabble pit. On your flag